Hey y'all, Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad, and this little beautiful piece of multifaceted equipment right here is the Trekure power bank jump starter and air compressor. Today we're going to break this thing down, tell you everything you need to know about it, and see if it might be a good piece of equipment to be banging around your car as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning, shall we? When you pick this thing up, you get this nice carrying case for all your contents. Even has this little wrist strap right here. Let's go ahead and open this thing up, see what we're working with. And as we open this thing up, you'll see we have our jump starter power bank unit right here. And on this side, all of our additional attachments. And here's a little closer look at all our accessories, starting right here with our jumper cables, our compressor hose, along with inflation attachments, our USB charging cable for charging the unit, a DC cigarette lighter adapter for 12-volt DC devices, and our instruction manual. And as we take a little closer look at our instruction booklet, you'll see all the English directions are right here at the top, basically taking you step 1 through 9 with everything from a product overview to how to use all the functions and some troubleshooting as well. So next, let's go ahead and take a little closer look at the unit itself. This side, you're going to have this nice little carry handle. On the front, we've got our power button as well as all of our controls. On this side is where we plug in our air compressor, do our charging through our multiple charging ports, or plug in our battery jumper cables as well. If we take a look at the top of this, that's going to be where our flashlight is. So now let's go ahead and take a little look at the control center up here. And basically this is going to mostly control both your light and when you're using the air compressor. When you're using your jumper cables, that's going to be a little bit different. To turn the unit on, we simply hit this middle power button. You'll notice up there it shows us how much of a charge we have. And then over here on the mode is basically to manipulate different modes of PSI to inflate. Now you'll notice here at the bottom, it's got a preset 36 PSI for a car. If we go to the next one, it's got a 35 PSI for a motorcycle, a 45 PSI for a bicycle, and an 8 PSI for a ball. Now if you want to change the unit instead of PSI, you simply hit this and now it's set at bar, KPA, and back to PSI. Now if you want to go to manual mode in this, simply hit that again there, and now you can control it with the plus or the minus to whatever PSI you want to set. Now if we take a look up here for our flashlight function, you simply hit that again, it'll go to strobe, hit it again, the orange SOS, hit it one more time, and the power turns off. So next, let's go ahead and talk about using this thing as a power bank to charge up all of your devices. Now, basically, you can charge up to 2 things at the same time using these 2 top outgoing USBs right there. We've got ourselves our iPad as well as our Garmin watch. Let's go ahead and get them plugged in. Now, just because you plug something in doesn't mean it'll power it. You got to hit that power button right there. And after you do that, these things are both powering up. So although this thing is at a 3/4 charge right out of the box, let's go ahead and get it all charged up. And to do that, we're simply going to pull this little part down here, use our small little charging cable with the USB-C input, and plug our regular USB into any outlet right there. One thing I will say is that the charging cable is fairly short, but you really can use any USB cable to charge this. So we got a full charge on this bad boy. It's enough hanging out in this office. Let's get out in the field, test this thing out. Lucky for us, we've got ourselves the perfect test subject today with this old beat up Dodge Caravan, which both has a flat tire and a dead battery. Let's go ahead and air up the tire first, then we'll pop this thing on and see if we can jump it as well. So we set up a little stopwatch right here so you can see how long it takes to inflate this thing. All we're going to do is simply turn it on using the middle power button. And when that comes up, we're in manual mode right now. We're going to go ahead and go to the preset vehicle tire mode, which is going to inflate to 36 PSI. Now this 8 number right here is the existing PSI in the tire, so you can always check and see what your tires are set at as well. Now to get this powered up, we're simply going to hold this button down for a few seconds. I'll get that going, start our timer, and we'll see how long it takes. And once this thing tops out at 36 PSI, it shuts itself off. And as you can see, it took us about 8 minutes and 33 seconds to go from 8 PSI up to 36. So next, let's go ahead and jump this dead battery just to show you it is dead. Let's go ahead and try to start her up. We got nothing. So to attach our jumper cables, we're simply going to insert this end right here. And when we do that, you'll notice that this is flashing red and green, which means it's not quite ready. And we're gonna attach our red to our positive, our black to our negative, and when we do that, you'll see this light turn green, and that means we're ready to jump. And there you go, baby. We got ourselves a running vehicle. Now, although our vehicle fired up on one attempt today, I do want to point something out. Now, what the manual says is if it doesn't fire up the first time, you should repeat the process for 3 times. After the 3rd time, if it still doesn't fire up, what you want to go ahead and do is use this override button right here, and that's going to give it maximum power. So after doing this 3 times, plus using the override, there's no way you shouldn't be able to jump even the deadest of batteries. So after inflating a pretty much completely flat vehicle tire, as well as jumping our dead battery, let's hit the power button and see what we still have in here. As you can see, we're still at about 50% capacity, which for a small compact jump box really isn't bad. And now we'll go ahead and throw everything back in our little storage case so it's ready to go the next time we need it. So there you go, kids. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the multifunctional Trekure charging bank, jump starter, and air compressor. Now, after fully testing this thing out, here's my 3 takeaways. Number 1, this thing is compact and easy to use. Number 2, I love the fact that it comes in this nice carrying case. And number 3, I can say that I would confidently feel good about carrying this around in my car and needing to use it in an emergency situation. This thing both aired up a flat tire and jumped a dead battery today, and we still had plenty power to spare. It's for those reasons and more, I'm gonna give this thing a world's greatest dad thumbs up, and I say, go out and get you one. Hey, one more thing before you go. I want to let you know that the company behind this Trekure power bank, jump starter, and air compressor is a big fan of the world's greatest dad's in-depth and informational videos. Therefore, a few weeks ago, they reached out to me and asked me if they could send me this product for video review purposes. Now, with that being said, all the thoughts and opinions expressed in this video were my own, and I always do my best to accurately describe any product I review. Now, I hope this video helped you out. We'll see you next time.